Yo, YouTube, what's up? I'm back. I'm back at it again. Je suis venu boire mon truc là. J'ai mon ours à la fraise là. Et voilà, on va rester là un petit moment et voilà. Alors j'avais un truc dans l'œil. C'était trop hard. J'ai toujours de la poussière ou je sais pas c'est quoi dans l'œil. Bref, on va faire un petit tour sur Twitter, voir. Putain, il va sortir Shakira à la finale de la Coupe du Monde. J'ai cru qu'on s'en était débarrassé, putain. Bon, j'ouvre YouTube, on va voir ce qu'on trouve. Yo, bonjour dans le chat. On va voir qu'est-ce qu'on trouve sur la page d'accueil de YouTube. Qu'est-ce qu'ils racontent les gens à cette heure-ci là? Vous faites quoi à 3h du matin?
Go back to like a restaurant.
We still, that's why I'm saying that. That was the bar for me. And there was a North Bergen kid who was working a bar in Fort Lee, and he begged us, please, guys, don't do cocaine here. And we kept them there and went to the city that night and came back at 2, 3:30 in the morning. Because they were all up here. It's very close. Fort Lee. Yeah, the bridge is right there.
Dude, you just spent a long time talking. You don't like leaving the. I can't imagine you going out like multiple times a night to get drugs. Like it just seems so.
Fucked up drug. You know what I'm saying? It makes you do different things. That's when I didn't mind. You're high. As long as I know I'm gonna get a package in the city, I'm committed. I'll go over there. At 3, once you got a 12-pack in you already and 10 8-balls, you don't care about cops or speeding or, you just don't give a fuck. You think I'm going to take out my fentanyl test at 3 in the morning and test it? That thing's going down.
Do you think people test it? Because
White people for about a week, and then they lose the fentanyl. It falls. All that shit's just a gimmick.
It's like I would be mad about the money I'm wasting.
Well, in the bars in New York, they have fentanyl tests now.
Okay.
A couple bars I heard, they have packages, like you could buy them for like $10 at the bar.
Thank God.
And people test their coke and fentanyl. I don't want to snort coke and have to have that thing because I know by 4, that thing's going to be out the window. It's just another, I used to get the double barrel shotgun. That was a piece of glass that had 2 tubes connected to your nose, connected to 1 tube, and you scooped the bag of coke, you went, and they hit you like a fucking. You know how many times I sat on those things? They were in my back pocket.
Did you cut yourself?
All the time. I go home twice a week with a bloody ass.
Oh my God. And do you think, like, let's say you deep in your coke days and you had a tester and it said positive for fentanyl, would you take a shit?
I'm giving it to Nick first to see what happens. Nick, come over here. Do this line.
Oh my God.
You didn't do one? No. I did it before. Go ahead. Do that line. If Nick falls over, I just hit the door. That's it. Nobody knows nothing. You dial 911 in the car. There's a kid up there acting funny. He's bleeding from his nose. I don't know nothing.
At least you called. Would you ever, and I know the answer is going to be no, but like, let's say you bought some up from a drug dealer, whether it's fentanyl or whether like baby powder. You ever go to me like, hey man, you gotta give me my money back. You gotta give me different stuff. Or if you get.
I think in the 35 years or whatever I did blow, I probably got twice. One was on Hollywood Boulevard. So I was trying to buy crack. He gave me like soap.
Oh.
I was pissed. It was my last $20. I needed that crack. I went back there looking for this motherfucker. I didn't see him. I was pissed.
Oh,
bro. For a while, I used to do all this coke, and I used to drive home at night on Ibar, those side streets instead of taking Sunset, and I would see these 3 black guys standing on a corner every night, and I'd pull up, and they'd look at me, and I'd look at them. You know what I'm saying? And this happened for about 3 months, and one night I said, I couldn't find coke. I said, I get some crack from those guys. I went over there. You guys got crack? Yeah, 2010. I brought that home. I was smoking out of a can. Terry was asking me what's burning in there. What's that smell? Nothing. Go back to bed. I'm in with a lighter, dirty fingers and shit. So I did crack for about 8 weeks. I was hooked on crack.
That's a while to do crack.
And then I went to El Paso and there was no crack, so I went back to snorting coke. I never smoked crack again. It was like an 8-week little trial period I did with crack.
I think drugs are a little bit, because there's a lot of, like, you're talking about shit that I would never.
When we're addicted to coke, we find it. We won't go home. We will find it. We will find it.
Damn.
I had 4 drug dealers before I left LA when I was doing coke. 4. So nobody would know what I was doing. And it was very rare that those 3 guys, I couldn't get a hold of them. 3 of them I used regularly. The 4th guy lived on Western by the Mexican place where you go in there and the Mexicans are in there. You know, what's that called?
In Hollywood?
Yeah, in Hollywood, right on Sunset by Apple. It's on Western. There's like one of those hardware stores, a big one. And then across the street over here,
Is it where...
you want to pick up Mexicans to work for you.
Oh, Home Depot.
Home Depot. The Home Depot, though, had a Mexican truck there. Since they had to serve food to Mexicans, you couldn't fuck around. They had some carne asada in that motherfucker. I would go to Home Depot just to eat at the truck. And I was broke, and it was like $5. Delicious.
Yeah.
But I met a guy at El Compadre that told me one time, anytime you want coke, just come to Sunset Western, you'll find me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Do I whistle? He goes, no, just drive around. You'll see me after a few minutes. Guys, he was not lying. I would head out there at 3 paranoid, because that's far out of my circle. Western and Sunset, right? It was far.
Yeah.
And man, I would drive around, go down to Hollywood, shoot back up the side street, and there he was. Sometimes on a bicycle, sometimes he was just walking. Some nights I'd be at a light, and he would just run up to the car, hey, and I'd open the window, holy. And before I could say a word, he put a Coke rock in my nose to make sure I wasn't a cop. Before I could say a word, he would just...
Every time?
Every time. You're like, what the f... How much you want? Quick, quick, quick. $50. He wouldn't even wait. He'd just take a rock out, and you gotta drive home like this, like my little Coke rock fucking melting in my hand. He would just find me. Never called him, never knew his number.
And why didn't you want to go out like further? You said Western was far. I'm surprised you weren't driving all over LA.
Because the one Coke dealer lived on, you know where the Whataburgers is?
In and Out?
No. The fucking Wahlbergs.
I don't
They
know.
had a stand. They had a hot hamburger place, the Wahlbergs. It was, I forget the street now. But he
Okay.
was there, which was 2 blocks from anywhere I lived in Hollywood. I had the Armenian, which we hung out at El Compadre, and I could call him and go up to Glendale. And then I had,
Martel Cartel.
no, that's Dante Money. And then I had the white guy. They used to call him a certain name. John Blaze. His name was John, but they called him John Blaze because he had a motorcycle. He had the worst Coke. Nah, I had another guy, too, that was a comedian that had really bad Coke and they were friends. If I didn't want to get in the car and go to that dude's house, I would just call John Blaze, but I have to wait till 2:15. He had to get off. He bartended. He would come to my house with a motorcycle. And one night he was delivering me Coke at 4 a.m. We're talking, I'm paranoid as shit. And all of a sudden, make his car. And right there on that block before Sunset, his car's doing like 90. But the YMCA in Hollywood
Right.
had the side street, not Sunset. Just did 90, and another cop was shooting at him.
Damn.
And we were like, right, time to go upstairs.
That's fucked up.
An addiction to drugs. Listen, a couple weeks ago I did Rogan, and we spoke about me putting chlorine on my dick.
Yep.
I would go to the piss test. What would possess you to do that?
Not going to jail.
No,
No?
it's an addiction. I didn't want to go to jail, so I didn't want to give him a hot because then I would have to stop snorting coke. But what else would made you put dick on, Drano on your dick? What makes you do these things? What makes a 27-year-old drink a bottle of vinegar, white wine vinegar with Gatorade? That's addiction, man. That's not good. That's not good. So people always say, I'm addicted to food. No, you're not, because you're not eating cheeseburgers at 2 a.m, then going to bed for 2 hours and waking up at 4, then getting up at 6 and eating another cheeseburger.
I did some fucked up shit, but the drugs thing, I did. I trust me. I there were times, and mine, it's so boring as a food guy. I was just about to say, like, at like 4 a.m, you go get Taco Bell after you've had dinner. Like, it's not good, but it's a lot easier and more like I can just go to any store, any drive-through. I've never once in my whole life done anything with a drug dealer. I've done tons of drug, but like every story I hear about people dealing with drug dealers sounds terrible. Like they don't pick up the phone, they're never there.
They're family.
They fuck their family. That's not what I've heard from people about
Look,
drug
I haven't
dealers.
snorted coke for 18 years. I still talk to the Armenian. I still talk to Black D on a regular. Black D calls me, how you doing? What's going on with acting? They were my friends. And then my ugly addiction, but we were never on bad terms. Like he was always a good drug
I
dealer.
don't think that's normal though.
It is normal because I was a coke fiend, not an occasional user. So now I was a regular. He could count on me to call him 5 nights a week. Some nights I didn't have money, he'd get pissed, but he'd still give it to me.
Would he ever give you a deal? Or is the price the price?
Price is the price.
Okay.
But you know how I met the Martel Cartel? They got robbed at gun site. When I went over there, the cop, and they told me they were out, that they couldn't get drugs for a few days. When I was living at Ralphie's building, we were fucking around one night, and I found this little gun over there. And I just had it over there. I didn't know what I was going to do with it.
Found a gun.
In a fucking mirror. Like, you take the screws off the mirror, and the mirror came off, and there was 2 guns and some ammunition in there. Ralphie took one, I took the other one. I think Ralphie took like the 22 or some shit like that.
You're just saying this like it's a normal... Dude, if I took a mirror off the wall, found a gun, I would call the police. Like, it's just a
It's a fact. You keep that shit.
What do you mean
You don't call the police. What are they going to do? They're gonna
What am I gonna do with it? That's a murder
take
gun.
his gun home.
Good for them.
No.
You just found a
keep
gun.
the gun. So that's what I did. I didn't know what to do with
You
it. They got
gifted him.
robbed, so I gave them the gun. They loved me after that. I said, take this. Don't let people rob you no more. Really? Yeah, shoot them. That's what drug dealers do. What are you talking about here?
That sounds terrible. Do you ever have a drug dealer get caught? Like the police catch them?
My luckiest day. When they get caught, my bill is erased. You know what I'm saying? Because by the time they get out, nobody's going to talk to them because they're hot. So when you see them, oh, bro, I don't know what happened to that money. I left it in your mailbox. They have a raid. They probably got it.
That's fucked up.
George knows. George used to do creepy things. He knows.
That's a creepy giggle. Holy shit. Creepy shit. Oh my
Now
God.
you know why I'm very happy to be out of that world. Why every morning when I get up, I go, thank God I'm worried about comedy. Or I'm worried about my weight. Or my knee hurts. Or I got to pick my daughter up at 2. Or I'm not worried about getting up, drinking water, smoking a cigarette and going, where am I going to get $50 to get this party started today?
And this is mostly a joke. But like, even when that times were bad, did you ever think about not going back to like doing coke, but going back to selling it? Like, could you imagine selling it right now?
No, this is 2004, 2005. I didn't have the capacity to sell it because I was living with Terry. There was no way she wasn't going to find out. And I could not bring cocaine. It was her apartment. So there was no way I was going to sell it. I was just a consumer, man, at the end. I just wanted to do it and figure it out how to get my hands on it, and that was the only thing about it. But I couldn't fucking start selling coke at the comedy store because I wasn't going to be a coke dealer. I was going to be a comic. The cocaine was one of the hobbies I had that was not a good hobby. Some people collect butterflies. Some people, go to museums. I was snorting coke. But eventually, those are my two things in life. Those are my favorite. If I had to go down the order before my daughter Mercy, it was cocaine, comedy, very tight, and then getting my dick sucked on cocaine was my third hobby. Everything else didn't matter. I don't know what you're talking about. The Jets, back then I wouldn't even put football on. I'm in a hotel room. I'm living in hotel rooms across the country. I don't have time to watch football. But that was my life. It was cocaine, stand-up, and it was tight, but not as... I loved cocaine a little bit more than doing comedy.
Right.
But then the love for doing comedy beat that shit. So it was like a war the whole time. And then since I can't do coke no more, I couldn't go to these towns and pick up crazy chicks at a comedy club, 69 with them, and put coke rocks in their asshole and lick it, So...
Il a les meilleures histoires.
Everything I loved died, except for comedy prevailed.
Thank God. If anything's going to stick around out of those three,
What?
if anyone was going to stick around out of those three, thank God you chose comedy.
They choose it. It chose me.
That's fucked up. Yeah? What do you mean by that?
And before it was listen, there was a time it was cocaine, getting my dick sucked, and robbing people. That was my all-time favorite, was seeing people's faces when they were like, fuck with me, and like a week later something was missing from their house. And I could go over there and go, what happened? Oh, somebody came in. Come on. And it was me the whole time, but I'm fucking dying of
The
laughter.
all-time favorite
Yeah,
was
that was-
robbing people.
Oh, loved it. Ask Joyce. God, he's my witness. Loved it. I had to wake up every day and rob something from somebody. Some days it was small. Some days it was a wallet with 30 in it. But some days I could bump into 1,000. I used to do, bro, when I lived in Georgia in 85, I put a suit on every morning. And I just walked from building to building. Just open office door. Hey, how you doing? Is Nick here? Nick don't work. You know how many times I opened those office doors and there was a purse? And nobody in there. They went to the bathroom, left their purse or deposit bag or the deposit bag for the business. That's all I would do. I would just go from building to building. Dental offices. Hi, how you doing? Nah, I was thinking of getting my soldier. Let me talk to the dentist right away. I got my head over the fucking desk. And I was just going to pick up one envelope, to rob something bigger. So my day always had to start with like a small thing, and then en route, then I would eat something, and then I would be more, you know what I'm saying, more precise. But that's what I used to do from like 84 to like, and then in San Francisco I was doing it. I was just getting dressed up in the morning with a suit on. They don't expect the guy with a suit on.
They don't expect to get robbed. They
don't expect to get robbed. They don't expect to get robbed by a guy with neat, nice suit, iron shirt, and his hair, and he slept the night before.
What do you think? Like, were you looking fucked up if you didn't have the suit on? No, you didn't look.
I'd walk in and be very charming. Hi, I was looking for Nick Ascles. We don't have a Nick here. Let me look in the back. Yeah, you do that. Why would you look in the back? There's no Nick here.
It's amazing what you can convince people.
I robbed Kentucky Fried Chickens. I robbed one of those cookie places.
How do you rob a
The Kentucky Fried Chicken in Fort Lee by the fucking movie theaters when we were kids. I went to see Rocky there. Yeah, it's still there.
But you're not talking about with like a gun.
No. They were a stupid kid. Hey, I'm looking for a job. The manager's not here, but come in the back with me and I'll give you an application. When you go in the back, the safe is open with the fucking registers lined up, ready to take them out because you're there at 9 o'clock like a soldier. You're looking for a job.
Fuck. Do you think you were addicted to robbing people?
Loved it. Make my heart beat. My ears would go numb. Especially if I had to kick a window and go into your house. Oh, I loved all that shit. Kicking a window out or a door and just flying in there like a superhero.
No wonder you're bored now.
Yeah.
But what are you?
Yeah. Super fucking bored.
Oh my God.
I've been bored since 2007. Once I stopped snorting coke, life just got boring. I lived the schmuck life like everybody else, like Henry Hill in Washington.
But I get coke and I get pussy.
But the excitement.
But robbing people.
But it all was together. It all worked hand in hand. It all worked hand in hand. I was robbing drug dealers, and I wasn't robbing your grandmother.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
And I was robbing businesses which didn't come out of you.
Listen, this is a safe space. There's no judgment here. I'm more talking about like the anxiety I would have of, are they going to catch me? Are they going to come back into the cops and get me?
You don't know what it's like.
No.
To rob something. Stop and get weed. Get into a hotel room because you're living like a doctor. You just made $2,000. You're in the city. You know, only there for one night. You're like, Mr. Diaz here. You know, you got no money. You got $1,800. You robbed the gas station.
Dude.
But just that night alone, after I showered, and I got dinner, and I got real high, think how I felt. Good. I liked that feeling. I enjoyed that feeling of being paranoid. Did I miss a spot? Did I leave my fingerprints? Did I leave fingerprints on the window? Did somebody see me? It was 2 or 3 nights of that.
That sounds like, but you said you do it every day. So it's like just every day you're more anxious.
I rob something big. Like when I leave here at night, I got to go on Tunley Avenue to hit whatever and make a left by Dairy Queen, by Old Chance. There's an appliance store on the corner there. I remember one day I was delivering for them. A buddy of mine had the job, and he needed a helper for the day. I was just there for the day. I go in with him. We eat at the fucking diner, whatever that is, the Yankee Diner, Yankee Tower. We go to some place. I think I filled them in like 3 times. All 3 times I robbed something major. So one time we went to drop like a refrigerator off at another appliance store. And they had their deposit bag out. And I think I got them for like 3 G's.
Damn.
Bunch of checks, 3 G's in cash. We got back to the furniture store. They're like, guys, did you happen to rob? And we're like, no.
Did you by chance?
And I'm with Mike Ronnie. He'd always take the blame for me. So he go, no, I didn't. And then when we were alone, did you really rob Joey? No, I wouldn't tell him anything until we got home that night. And then that night I go, you going out tonight? It's $400. You robbed him, you bad motherfucker. I knew you robbed him. You know.
Holy shit.
Another time I went in there, we went to pick up something at a place. They left 30 air conditioners. I go, Mike, I'm not leaving without 5 of them. He's like, I'm going to lose my job. Mike, I'm taking 5 of them. All right, you better take the fucking blame. I'm not taking the blame for you, though. He was talking, and I kept loading air conditioners in there. They were like those portable air conditioners. I put about 20 in there. Everybody on Kennedy Boulevard bought one of those air conditioners. The number one guy, Nick bought two of them, $100 a piece. We didn't even take them home to unlock them. We just drove them right to fucking Kennedy Boulevard. Hashway bought one. Somebody at the store bought one for their fucking office. Before that night, air conditioners were gone. The ones you plug in and just slip into a window real easy. There was even a light one. How do you think I was loading them by myself?
Dude, I can't fathom how and doing coke, which I've heard makes you nervous. Like, it's not like a.
But when I was robbing, I wasn't doing coke. I was always on the up and up because I wanted to be in the game.
But what about like the next day or that night?
Well, that night I get coked up, and I'm not robbing nobody. I'm getting coked up.
Yeah, but that's when you're nervous. It's after the.
Yeah, but once you start talking to somebody at the bar and they got your back, and it's easy. And then the next day you wake up, you're hungover, so you're not going to steal that day. But you're not going to steal until that money starts running low.
But that's what I.
And once you get down to it, remember in Goodfellas when he goes, we robbed, and when that money ran out, we robbed. We robbed, we robbed, we robbed. And that's the level you're working at. Every once in a while I go, I can't keep doing this, I'll get a job. And then I get a job and in training, I just go, I'm not doing this for $8 an hour. And sure enough, there was always a deposit bag somewhere, so I took that to go. They didn't even have my real name. I used all those, what was that? There was a chain in Fort Lee and Cliffside, like it's the same restaurant. And I applied there for a sous chef, and the guy's like, nah, we're gonna make you a chef. I went there for like 3 days, they had me cutting shit. And on the way out one day, there it was, the register was right there for Papa. I just cleaned them out and left. Am I embarrassed? There was no cameras back then. No, Lee, not even a fucking itch of a fucking camera. So they couldn't, I remember going in San Francisco. I went to the American Bartender School in New York. And I got to San Francisco, I can't find a job. And one day I go, fuck it. Because when I looked through the yellow pages of American Bartender School, and it's right in downtown San Francisco, maybe a mile from where I live. I was flat broke. I walked over there. And I went upstairs like an animal with a shirt and a suit. I'm like, I've been here for 3 months, and you guys haven't got me a job, bro. By the time I got back to the hotel gave me slips. Like, you got like 3 interviews. One, I'll never forget this. One was for a Mexican bar, guys, that was the size of this fucking block.
Damn.
In 1985, I could not get a job. Walk in, I asked for Chucho, whatever his name is. I still remember his name. He gives me the application, I fill it out. Guy comes up to me and he goes, listen, I'm not looking for bartenders right now. He goes, where'd you work before? And I had all these fake New York City, Porky's, anybody I knew, I would just put them down. But when he lifted the application up, he looked at something. He goes, can you give me a minute? I go, yeah. And he goes, just sit over there. You want water or anything? I go, yeah, I'll take a water. Guy comes back and he goes, that's the weirdest thing. I've been in this country for 30 years. And I've never met somebody who's got my name. And I go, what's your name? He goes, Jose Diaz. And he goes, I go, I'm Cuban. You Cuban? He goes, yeah. I go, I'm from North Bergen. I'm from West New York. Oh, shit. We started talking about it. He goes, bro, I'll hire you in a drop of a hat, but I ain't got nothing for you right now. But I got a restaurant on the other side of town. They're going to hire you today. Let me call them. And he called them, and he goes, you're hired. They're giving you 2 bartender shifts and 2 doorman shifts. And it was at the Haight-Ashbury Rockin' Robin, fucking legendary place. I just lucked out.
Crazy.
I got fired from there, too, after about 2 months. I hit the guy with the cassette deck. But fucking that same day, I went and got that job, but I still had an interview the next day at this Italian fancy restaurant in North San Francisco. It was like at 9 in the morning. I told you. And I went in there with a suit. And I'm like, Nick, George, Nick. And then I found myself in the office. Nick. Fucking the doors were wide open in the office and the safe was wide open. Dog, I proceeded to start taking cash. I'm in Hudson County. That motherfucker left rolls of quarters and shit. Everything was going. When I walked out, my suit was twisted I had to take quarters out from this side to balance it. Kathy King is like looking at me. She's like, "What's going on?" I go, "Just keep moving. We robbed the joint." And she goes, "No way. We just got on the bus. There was a bus coming." I go, "Get on the bus." We just got on the bus, and I remember sitting in the back taking money. I was like $2,000, but to me, that was $1 million. Right? I'll never forget that. We took it all out. She's counting it. We're like in a side seat. We're counting it. I put it away, and some kid comes up and he goes, "Oh, look, I found a $20 bill." I wanted to kill that kid. That was my 20. That was my fucking 20. But I couldn't prove it. I didn't want to cause a fucking fight. I just robbed the guy. But I used to do, that was the luck I had. It was a thief's luck. And it's a low-life luck. But I had it. Something was always letting me bump into something.
I'd love to tell you that I wouldn't. I can't imagine. Like, I would love to do it.
The fucking robbing pussy juice. When you have, a rash infection, a yeast infection, in Harlem, all those Puerto Rican girls get those yeast infections. You rob Monostat 7. So every morning I wake up and I go to Safeway, and I'd open up like a fucking case of Monostat, and I just walked out of there. Walk the bridge with no money. Walk the bridge, no money, and there was no breakfast. There was no sitting down at the Fort Lee diner like a white dude. Straight up fucking stomach. All these people want to fast. I'm like, I ain't fast, yeah. When you're a thief, you fast. All right, you fast.
Were you in a suit for this too?
Yeah, I was like, because I was looking for a car job. But that was part of my scam. For me to go look for a job, I had to rob somebody. I have the money, get on buses and shit. So Joy turned me on to Monostat 7 and aspirin or something. They liked Tylenol and batteries. I would shoplift them in Jersey and walk over the bridge, sell them, $40. Punk shit. I'd love to tell you I was getting $5,000, but that'd be a lie. $48. But for me, $48, I got a $10 bag of weed, and I ate Cuban food on 78th Street, where George left me a few times because he had to get busy and shit. I would go, and that's it. Now I got $20 to walk the city. I wouldn't even take the 8th Street. I'd walk from 183rd all the way down to 50th Street. You just walk with a Walkman. I was the happiest pig on earth.
Damn.
Then his uncle got me a job going into buildings, but I wasn't robbing people then because his uncle got me the job. All I had to do was drop a pamphlet off at business. Hi, thank you for phone systems. He'll give me $400 a week, him and his mom.
Do people does the world still put robbing situations in front of you now?
Always.
Yeah.
I still remember robbing the comic strip.
No wonder they won't give me spots.
I don't even remember.
No, I don't.
This is 33 years ago. In those days when you went to the comic strip and you want to get on stage, it wasn't bring 5 people. You had to sell 30 tickets.
Okay.
But they would give you the tickets for $5 a piece, and you would sell them for 20. You kept, or 15. You kept $10. For me, that's an opportunity. I could sell the shit out of those tickets. So they will come back on Wednesday. Whoever has the most tickets gets the open mic. They give me fucking 20 tickets. That's something for $10 a piece. That's $300. I ain't going back. That's more than your fucking open mic's gonna pay me. You know what I'm saying? I would do that shit, not give a fuck. Because there were so many little things on the resume. I knew I was going to get caught eventually because you could only throw spaghetti against the wall that long. And I had been living that life basically from 81 to the time I got arrested for kidnapping. I could have a job. My life could be going straight. But if I saw a pigeon, he's going down. No matter what's cracking. No matter what is cracking. If I see a pigeon, I don't care if I'm in a monastery. Fucking blending holy water. If on the walk to the monastery, I see a nun with 2 G's in the pocket, she would go down. Am I embarrassed about saying this? I really, really am. But that was my state of mind until I got caught. That's why when I got caught for the prison thing, it didn't bother me. I was like, this has been coming for years. I didn't want it to happen in Colorado, but it was good because if I would have gotten in trouble here, I would have got a smack in the hand, people, and guess what? I would have kept doing what I'm doing. But when I went in there was nobody to talk to. They didn't care about the Hudson County judge. They didn't give a fuck about the senator from Jersey. You had a gun and you kidnapped somebody. You're doing time. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. That's why I'm sitting here with you motherfuckers. Because I got caught. And don't get me wrong. After I got out for kidnapping, I wasn't kidnapping people, but I was still doing drug rips. I was still doing drug rips. If you had drugs for me to rob, I'm robbing you. Because I was still doing drugs. But I wasn't planning on putting guns to people's heads and nothing like that.
You weren't Omar's level.
Huh?
You weren't like at Omar's level.
I was almost scared straight. You know what I'm saying? Like they almost scared me, but I still was fucking. When I got out of prison, I think I was the craziest I ever was. I think that if you look at my life now, you look at my life 10 years ago, and you compare it to when I got out of prison for like 89 to 95 in Boulder was the craziest behavior I ever fucking had.
Would you ever do that?
What?
Go get...
Joey Diaz, c'est un tueur, il a les meilleures histoires. J'en peux plus. Ah, il m'a tué. Et je sais pas si vous avez compris l'anglais et tout ce qu'il a raconté, mais c'est vraiment un tueur. A tué son histoire. Vas-y, j'arrive dans une minute.
Salut, c'est Fred.
Take a picture with Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Is there anything that you'd pay for right now, like to see concert, game?
A black chick farting in your mouth. That's all I would pay. The small 50.
Listen,
it's not much. I mean, what do I want to really see? I mean, you gotta start off small.
No, we don't.
You're an opener fart sniffer. So once you become a headliner, you take 3 big farts to the mouth, a little
You're gonna start at the open mics for the
maybe a little
farts?
hemorrhoid juice on the mustache.
Oh,
Then that's when you make the big bucks. People don't want to see you eat a black chick's ass for 600 pounds. They want to see you like that with like an intestine. You know what I'm saying? Coming out like a little worm or something. But no, listen, I have the money to go to those things, and I don't.
why not?
Because I'm not overpaying for a ticket over my dead body. There's nobody. I love Pink Floyd. They came to LA 10 years ago. Me and Ari took acid. I said, I'm not paying a dime over $300 for those tickets. We ended up going to eat at Philippe's on the acid, dipping roast beef and gravy and trying to eat it when you're on acid.
Oh my God.
I just knew I wasn't going to pay that much. I won't let myself do it. You like them that much, go in your car and blast them. Get the same result. What's the difference? You stand there, ask George about his Rolling Stones, $400 tickets. Ask him. He won't even listen to the Stones no more.
No.
He didn't even watch the Mick Jagger interview on New York Times. You know, there's people that just see it and they're done.
I think that's the worst feeling, when you feel like you got duped or like scammed.
$920 for 2 tickets for the Stones. He's a Stones fan. I'm a Stones fan. If you would have caught me on the off day, I would have paid. But not really. I would have thought about that. And I would have said, what am I getting? What am I really getting for this? And anyway you put it, once I'm there, but a 4th song, we got to go. I heard what they did, Sympathy for the Devil and Shattered. What are you going to sit here and leave the Meadowlands with all these idiots stoned? Let's get out of here now. I'm one of those guys. What am I doing here? This is a song from our next album. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I really don't.
Yeah.
You know, so why do I put myself in that position? So I don't. Not that I'm cheap. I just don't want to go. I got to have an explanation. I don't explain nothing to my wife. But if I tell her I want to go get 2 Stones tickets for $500, she's going to look at me like, she ain't cheap either. But both of us, what are we doing? I'm going to pay $1,000. First, I got to walk 10,000 steps, and that ain't happening. If I pay you $1,000, I ain't walking. You better get a carpet, a ride, something. Get one of your Hindu brothers to fly me around. Okay, I'm not doing that walking. I don't want to fucking, what's that shit when you pull up early? Bumper to bumper, what do they call it?
Ballet?
No, shut the fuck up. Come on, happiness. When you go to a Giant game, the game starts at 1, but you go to tailgate, bumper to bumper, same shit. You know, I got to go there now with those idiots and people breathing on you. Joey Diaz, take a picture with Joe Rogan. No. I'd rather stay home. Watch the game, order a pizza from Millie's, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Do you like the pizza?
That's great.
I'm not going down there. I'm going down there. I would go see a great game, like in a stadium like Miami in November where it's 70 degrees. That's me. You know, I would go to a Miami game. Something in California, a warm game. But if you think I'm going to sit there and freeze and pay $1,000, come on, man.
And it's the same with everything now. Like, even if you pay it then, dude, I can't tell you how much money I've gone through in the last 2 just living in New York. You look at your bank account every few 6 months, look, what the f*** is happening?
Guys, no matter what you do now, George, how much money you spend a week? Not even on groceries, on little shit. Remember, you know, you spent $100 on groceries, you got 8 bags. But everything else was small. Everything else was small. We go to the city and park, it's...
At least.
Okay, and I got to walk up steps and stand there while they get your car with 18 other donkeys. So it's not like it used to be that we just got groceries, a mortgage, and a car payment. Insurance. Everything is big now. You get a fucking milkshake, it's $10. You go to Carvel, get 2 milkshakes on a Sunday, $28, bro. The party is over. Everything is high around you. You go fucking get a pair of socks. You go to fucking Kohl's. Everything.
Kohl's is f***ing you now?
No. I love Kohl's. They always give me a coupon to make me feel like whatever I spent, they help me. So I love Kohl's. But go get a pair of sneakers. Go get a pair of sneakers. Look at the dingiest sneakers they got. $70.
At least.
So you're getting killed kids? These people have 8 kids? Just softball, the fucking bats. I don't even repeat these things to you. I'm embarrassed what they want for a kid's bat.
That'll last like, what, 1 season?
Like 2 seasons, whatever. It's just, guys, we live in a society now that everything. Remember, you paid $400 for a plane ticket. That's a lot of money, George. That's a lot of money for a plane ticket. But you get to the airport, your water's $3. You bring a sandwich. Do that now. Your water's $7, $8, and they don't take cash. They want an ATM card. You know, when I go for tacos and whatever, they're still $20, but it's 4 breakfast tacos and a juice. The juice is $7.
Like, when you find a place that still has decent deals, I'm loyal as a motherfucker. I'll go there every day now.
Bro, the taco place we had in L.A. around the corner with the potato tacos, they were like $1. $1, a box. Just give the guy 20, go, and they would make us the milkshake.
Juices?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
When you go to Austin, that street taco's $2. Take 50. Go. Go. It's not like I'm giving you $50 to come back with a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
I'm giving you fucking $50 to come back with
A suitcase.
40 tacos. 40 tacos. For $50 with the little containers, the bean and cheese. I can eat 4 of those.
I love a bean and cheese.
Oh, that's all day long. All day long. So, yeah, you know, now that's what kills us as Americans is that we have nowhere to turn. Every time we turn, it's more fucking expensive.
Look at you. You just got your windshield broken this weekend. Even when you're not trying to spend money.
I mean, I'm sure insurance cover
No, but then your insurance goes up.
a part of it.
They
Welcome.
fuck you.
Again, welcome. I just switched medical insurances. I got to lose 3 doctors.
No.
I got to go to a different PT. Welcome, fine. Welcome to fine. But I have to use the special inhaler. Did I tell you how much they want for that inhaler?
How much?
Every 4 weeks?
Gaz de Bordeaux, c'est aussi de l'électricité verte partout en France. Vous trouvez pas ça bizarre?
Il a vraiment les meilleures histoires. Comment il raconte et tout, c'est une tueur.
How many fingers are you gonna 5?
$565 a fucking month. So I could breathe easier.
And that's with insurance? That's
So
crazy.
guess what I'm doing Thursday? I'm going to that doctor's office and stealing samples. I already texted him and told him I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that switched it to breeze it.
Okay.
And it's better. They have a breakfast one and then one in the daytime if you get stuck. They want $565 for both of those. So it's $1,100 for me to get 2 of those a month. Guys, I had a friend. I have a friend. His wife's medication every month was $1,800 a month.
Fuck.
And insurance would cover who got. But then you go work at Costco, that insurance covers you and your sibling. Because the girl I know at Costco, she's like 65. She retired and went to work at Costco.
Yeah?
Because the insurance is unreal. Her husband has a medication like that, like $2,000 a month, picked it right up. 0.
Good for them.
But you don't know. You don't know what insurance you're getting. This is $3,000 a month for insurance.
And then it covers.
We live in a country where I'm paying $3,000 a month for 3 people, and I'm in a union. So who's the asshole here? And I'm in a legit union.
You thought so, yeah?
I thought so. That protects their old people. I thought so. But no.
Now-
$36,000 a year I pay for insurance alone.
And you would think that would cover something.
I figure with that kind of money, I could walk in and say, fix me. Fix me. Fix the eye, fix the toe. Just keep me here till we get out. Don't throw you out of the hospital so fast now, dog. You could have a heart transplant. You ready to go home, bitch? But then again, you don't want to stay there anyway.
Right.
At least show me that you care for me a little bit. We live in a society that they don't care for you at all. You're flying tomorrow. What's that plane ticket run you?
Probably 5 to 6, I would imagine, at least.
That same plane ticket in the summer used to be $240, $280.
Oh yeah,
Now you're paying $5. The hotel's $1 a night, right?
I probably.
1, 2 bills a
Oh,
night.
one? Yeah, no. It's between. It's probably closer to 2.
Yeah, 200, 300 because you don't want people just walking into your hotel room. You know, you get a Motel 6 now. I could blow that lock with my finger.
But but at least at the Motel 6, you know what you're getting.
Garbage. And you get those little towels. They won't even dry my balls. Those little towels, they're like this. They give you 3 of those. Like, they're for people. Motel 6 where people don't take showers. They don't care about showers.
Yeah, it's homeless people.
Well, that and God knows what else. But all those low-level hotels now, I mean, listen. Let's talk about Tennessee. I go to Tennessee. I'm in a suite for $300.
Really? I was just in Virginia, outside of Richmond, Virginia, paid $250 for a regular room. Like even the Motel 6s, I don't think are that cheap anymore. When I drove from Massachusetts to California, I would stop and get a hotel. It was like $100 a night at like a Holiday. There's none of that anymore.
What about Holiday Inn Express? Don't they? Yeah.
What,
So,
200?
like I told you guys 8 years ago on this podcast, and I'll stress it again. If you have 2 children today in the American society, because that's the worst number. That's 4 Yankee tickets. That's
Yeah.
4 plane tickets at a nickel apiece, and they sit you in the back. So your kid's got to sit next to a stranger that hasn't taken a shower in 2 years. You know, you got to assume somebody who puts their feet up when their feet are dirty on the chair in front of them. That's what you're flying with now in the back. And you're still paying $600, $500. Which one of you guys is telling me you bought a ticket, but if you want to sit close to the window, they charge you an extra $70?
Yeah.
$56 to sit next to a window. 10 years ago, George, was that existent? No.
No, you got
What are you thinking about?
you got your bags for free.
Yeah.
It's
The middle seat is free. Who wants to sit in the middle seat and fly more than 2 hours? You know, it's a surprise flight. You don't know who's going to be next to you.
Would you fly if they put you in the middle seat? I wouldn't. Even if I lose weight, I would. A middle seat. I would rather not go. I need to be able to have one side
There you
open.
go. Yeah, no. Like Southwest, you just sit there like a monk. You don't even have your elbow thing. They even took those away now. So you sit like this, like you're dead in the cemetery.
I think it was when we were going to Vegas to shoot your Netflix special. I was at like almost my heaviest, probably my heaviest, and I was so fat that this guy moved and took the middle seat so I could get the aisle because I was gonna crush his mom. It was the only open seat. I'll never forget it. He gave it up, and was like, "No, you can please." It's like
I looked at the hotel for 4th of July in Long Beach Island.
Yeah.
4th of July. I was like, fuck it, we'll drive home.
Yeah.
We'll leave at 7. Drive home. Watch the fireworks here, which I'm not going to watch anyway.
No.
I drove back to see fucking a rainstorm. That's it. So you have to pick what you want to do from now on, man. You ever go to lunch? Don't look at your lunch bill. For 20 years, I paid $5, $6 for Chinese lunch with the soup, the ice cream, the fortune cookie, a salad, a comb to brush your hair. They gave you shoes. You know, now go for Chinese food for lunch. $22.
Bon, ces 2 vidéos, c'était marrant. Ils racontent des bonnes histoires, ça fait délirer. Quand on reviendra demain, on écoutera encore ces conneries. Là, je vais couper, je reviens tout à l'heure.